It was strong back then. The nickel package is strong. It's a big package Friday. Spencer, put that package out there on the table.
I'm putting it on the table. I'm putting it out there for everybody to see.
Yes.
First question.
Get some air in there.
First question of the Lions nickel package. Over under 3.5 rookies starting week 1.
The hook. The hook brings me back on that one. Well, Laporta's a given.
Yes.
Right? Laporta's a
Laporta.
given.
Gibbs.
Gibbs is a given.
Yep.
Right?
Who's that third guy?
I guess it depends on, like, with the Montgomery
Yeah,
thing. Like, but I get where you're going with this. Who's going to get the starter reps?
Branch is a given.
So we're prepared to say that already.
Branch is locked in, yeah.
If Branch is a given, then, it's got to be over, right? Because I think heart of hearts Jack Campbell's out there for sure.
Meat missile.
The meat missile. Woodwardsports.com. Get your meat missile shirt. Spencer Raxter's brainchild. But again, though, Lindsay, and I'm cool with it. And here's where we got to be consistent, except in this case, I don't think we have to be. Because when we say Lions, division championship, Super Bowl aspirations, all of that, that doesn't go usually hand in hand with 4 rookies starting again after rookies started last year. But, Lindsay, that's part of the program. Again, that's why it's built to last.
Well, and here's the thing. If you look at the teams that have been, like, dominant over the years, if you look at New England, they've always had young guys that would come in and
revolution.
Yes, always. And
expensive guys go out,
and expensive
rookie
guys
come in
because Bill Belichick wasn't willing to open that wallet up and pay anybody. So they had a constant rotation of young guys coming in and making great impacts. They weren't just there; they were making impacts.
Yeah.
No, and that's what it is. And again, that's going back to it. Through all of it, even if this doesn't go the way that we've been promised it will go, I won't be as crushed as I have been in years past because of that, because Spenmo says over under 3.5 rookies starting after last year when we had a ton of rookies starting. You guys know how I oversimplify things. I went to the Red Wings game, opening game last year, and I watched a period and a half and said, all right, they're better. They got some pros out there. They're better.
Right.
They're ready to take the next step.
Right.
And then Steve Yzerman went and made a couple moves. And I suspect if I'm at the game, opening game this year, I'll say, okay, here we go. I think the Lions are in a similar spot where organizationally they refresh, they recharge, and yes, those rookies will start, and it's going to hurt you at some point, Lindsay. It just is, right?
Well, it can, but, man, just thinking back, watching the teams, like the Steelers were the same way. The Steelers used to bring in rookies all the time, and they would be impactful players, but you had enough talent around to guard those guys from having those total meltdowns.
Yeah.
So guys, rookies like that are coming in situations where they got guys that have their backs for real.
Yeah.
And you never really see a total meltdown from those guys. They may have spurts where they make mistakes, but they all do. Mm-hmm. But they don't have those meltdowns where you go, wow, he's a rookie.
And getting these rookies to start over some people is definitely how you start rivalries. And
yes.
We know about rivalries at Woodward Sports because Woodward Sports resident Sparty, myself, and resident Walmart Wolverine, Flannel Sam, go head-to-head in Woodward Sports' latest show, Woodward Rivals. You don't want to miss Flannel Sam breaking down why this might be Michigan's year and me body slamming every stat Flannel Sam has to throw at me to back Sparty's honor. Tune into Woodward Sports YouTube channel for the premiere Friday, September 1st from 10 to 11 p.m. weekly. Don't miss the most anticipated Michigan versus Michigan State show Detroit has to offer, Woodward Rivals.
Look at those guns. See those guns on Flannel?
Yeah.
No. No, I didn't.
He's all fluff.
Real quick, Nova G the One, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Have we officially apologized to Brad Holmes for our reactions to his draft? I feel he got unfair judgment compared to his resume. People seem to forget their confusion and question. Nova G, I came back in here the next day and said, I'm going to ride with my guy. If I'm going to be a Brad Holmes simp, then I got to talk about it. I got to be about it, not just talk about it. So from that standpoint, I had to be consistent about it, and I was. And I got past the shock of it, and we move on. So, all right. Oh, man, long way here. All right, second down.
Long way for sure. All right, second down. Second down of the Lions nickel package. Goff, over under 32.5 touchdown passes.
Over.
Woo!
Over. But I think the interception total is going to be over too.
That's fair.
You know, it's just the math, all of it. I think that, and look, because guys just reconstruct it, right? Like we look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. Are we comfortable with around double-digit touchdowns for Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Yeah, I could see 9 or 10.
Yeah, okay. So there's that, right? And remember, Spemo, we did this last year too. You start putting all these together, all these bold proclamations. Next thing you know, Jared Goff's at 6,000 yards.
Yeah,
Laporta, red zone,
yeah.
right?
6 or 7.
6 or 7. So, okay, right there, we're at 16 or 17.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're halfway home, and we haven't even figured in Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yep.
Montgomery, 1 or 2.
Montgomery, a couple. Yeah, you got to think Josh Reynolds, Marvin Jones, those guys will get a couple.
Yeah, those guys will get 4.
Yeah.
How many touchdowns did he throw last year?
29.
29.
So he was close. I'm going under.
You're a hater.
See that thing?
You're a hater.
across the park?
I'm going under. I'm going under.
Brock Purdy's going to throw 40, though, right?
No.
Okay.
Because the way we run our offense, you know, we're
Oh, stop.
we're more of a ball control, screen, Debo out the backfield. You know,
Who?
Debo's-
Debo.
Yes, Debo out the backfield.
I
you
got
know.
about $200.
Yeah, so we're our system dictates who scores and how we score.
Yeah.
We don't go down the field that much. Now we can, and I think the Lions will. Honestly, I think the way the Lions are going to play this year, they'll be more conservative. I think they'll be more trying to run the ball a lot more, screen passes, things like that. Because you know, without Jameson, without another dynamic receiver there, they're going to have to be.
I just don't think a running back's going to rush for 17 touchdowns again this year.
No.
I don't.
Well, unless
So-
they get the ball to the goal line and just 1 yard all the time.
Right, or that's when the play action comes into play. Laporta becomes a target.
Yeah.
We'll see. I have a feeling it'll be more, but I think the interceptions will be more too. DNC ENT, the Chiefs started 3 rookies last year, right? They did. All right, third down.
Third down. Third question of the Lions nickel package. JMO, over under 799.5 receiving yards.
That's aggressive, man. That's aggressive. What do we got, 11 games?
Yep.
It's 80 yards a game.
Yeah, I'm in on that. I'm in. If they're going to pass the way you say they are, then why wouldn't
No,
they?
no. Like, I'm not saying they're going to go like spray the ball around like Timmy Chang at Hawaii back in 2005. I'm not saying that. You know,
Right.
June Jones isn't in the building. I just that's aggressive, but I do think he's dynamic, and I do think he will get chunk plays.
You just don't think he'll be targeted as much?
That's the rub, right? Like, how many times are they going to target him? Because I think he's shown already, much to your guys' the misinformation that's been out there, he's proven to be a dynamic player in terms of touchdowns per targets and in the run game as well. I know that doesn't count. 80 yards a game, that's right at that's a good number there, Spenny.
I think he
I
can do
would
it.
take it lightly. I wouldn't make it a get right or anything. I'd take it lightly for some entertainment.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Okay.
I like it.
All
I
right.
like it. Next one. Chase Coda. Over under. I put it at 10.5, but we'll go 7.5 receptions.
Over. I think he's going to be the Tom Kennedy of this year, where I know a lot of people talked about Drummond to start and stuff like that, but Coda's the one out there making plays, and I don't value the preseason except for guys like Chase Coda. So yes, I think he will have some catches. I think he'll have some big catches during the regular season, just like we saw Tom Kennedy, although Sam Flannel ignored him. They were big catches in road games. I think Coda can get there.
Yeah, and they're really high on him. They really like him a lot, and he's a big dude. He has size, so I mean maybe I don't know.
Nova says, I feel like this team's predicated on consistency over splash plays. I feel like J-Mo, even when he comes back, will not be force-fed the ball, so he's going to take the under. All right, what do we got, fifth down?
Final question of the Lions nickel package. Will the Lions be at least 3-2 going into week 6?
Yes, because and I think they could even be 0-2, and they'll get to 3-2. Because, like I said, I put all my eggs in this Kansas City basket. If you offered it to me right now, I would take a Kansas City win and a Seattle loss 100 times out of 100. Save the playoff tie-breaking shit. I don't care about that. With what's on the line in the Kansas City game.
Right.
Nationally, respect-wise, all that stuff. That little beginning middle part of the schedule, the Falcons game and stuff like that. Because, look, let's cut the shit, Lindsay. If this is a good team, if this is a division champion team, you run that little middle gamut where you have the Atlanta game, etc. You got to win those football games. I don't care how. I'm not in for style points, any of that stuff. All I care about is win those games that you're supposed to win on paper. That's it.
Yeah, so their first 5 games, the Chiefs, Seattle, Atlanta, Packers, and Panthers.
Got to win them.
So you're saying 4-1 in those games?
Yes.
If they go 4-1 in those games,
because you're saying at least 3-2, right?
Yeah, at least 3-2.
So yeah, I mean, I got to be you got to be 1-1 after the Kansas City Seattle. However it comes, it comes. I'd prefer it to be Kansas City. You got to be 1-1. And then you got to get 2 of those other 3. That's very doable. That's not doable. I expect that at a minimum. Yeah, or there's problems.
Well, the toughest games I think out of those first 5 is the Chiefs and Seattle. Those are the 2 toughest games, I think. So Atlanta, the Packers, and the Panthers, they should beat those guys.